Hi guys, so I thought I'd do a deeper reading, deep dive for you guys, for the members, so you get the next level, and pull a couple more cards for you for this week, specifically for the full new moon in Cancer. So let's start with the cards that we pulled over in Meditation Monday, which is up. If you can hear me over the banging, I think next door but one neighbour's deeply soaring and cutting and building in his creative house, because the first card is air and fire dragon, so expanding your creativity. So as I said, harnessing the creative excitement, the enthusiasm, communication, and communicating your passion. So a couple of things I get from this is sparks might fly a little bit over the next week with some triggers and some eruptive energies. Don't want you to think on the negative. I want you to harness, as I said, the hydroelectric power of your passions is what was coming through as a theme. So for this week, so how can you turn and communicate better with passion without it being fiery passion and sparks flying? We want to ignite the passions, but we don't want them to be burning us. So think of how we can manage our energies on lots of levels. So that was another dimension to that card. Managing the energy of this explosive energy is important. So the way that we can do that and ground that, as I said in the other video, was helping you to tune into the secret of nature, receiving the answers and guidance from nature, aligning with your divine energy. There's also a key here that we can unlock this week with nature spirits, with nature connections, with nature itself, with plants as a medicine, but also as a spirit essence. And the essence, like bark, flower things, along with smells and stuff, in the frequency of smell and how we can utilize that. Also being aware of, if it's not nature, the synthetic aspect of smell. This is the synthetic aspect as opposed to nature. Nurture coming up as well. Nurturing yourself, spending time nurturing your soul outside with that green, the green gold, which for me is definitely a thing, that's a theme that's continuing. I was just drinking, I've been growing things and getting my hands dirty and in the earth, physically needing to actually feel the earth and planting stuff, new seeds of intention. All of these are themes and metaphors, but they're also physical things you can do and have that linked with something that you're doing. New start, obviously, new beginning, and nurturing those new beginnings in how we want. We have 6-month mark to and then we're coming up to New Year in August with the Atlantean New Year, but the 6-month mark for Christmas. So the essence of the green, get out and speak to the trees, get out and hug the trees, and listen to the heartbeat of the earth and the heartbeat of yourself to ground you. And then, of course, Rose Pink Dragon was the third card that we pulled, and that's what the meditation we were working with, that rose energy, that heart opening energy, and that's what Meditation Monday today is about. That's up on your Patreon site, or on, if you're watching this later down the line, links in the bio for Meditation Monday playlist. So prepare your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. It's the Sophia codes. It's the actually opening up to the feminine essence of the divine as well, and the heart opening, compassion, and all of the energies that evoke all of those goddesses that represent that. Queen Yin, Mother Mary, Anna, my grandmother and Jesus, Mary Magdalene, the Order of the Rose, and all of those connections, that heart love, but also more with love and diamond light connections, with the love of the universe, connecting with the very cosmic as we move into a more cosmic way of being, as he gently puts his paws on there. So those were the 3 cards, but what else am I getting from this? I'm getting that the path of the rose and the order of the rose is very evocative at the moment, that what we think of as twin flames, like Mary and Joshua, and they were just like one of the most predominant ones, but there are many through time and space, just people that are, their paths have been linked together to walk together to have the essence of the feminine and the masculine, but also that path of that within us, the masculine and feminine within us, which I've been talking about a lot, that goes within the sacred divinity and sacred sexuality. So essence of rose, as I said, I feel like rose in itself as a smell for this week can be helpful, but also flowers around you, getting out and smelling the flowers, the scent of the flowers. For me, there's a lot of pleasure and joy in going in the garden and seeing the flowers, doing the things that are simple, like time to smell the flowers, take patience. This month is not so much a quick energy, it's an energy you're going to have to work with to be patient. Things aren't in high, although it's high frequency, it's learning to practice and patience and discernment. So you're learning to ground in that high frequency. And sometimes I was just thinking, oh my God, I suddenly feel really tired. What does that mean? High frequency trying to come in and I'm not allowing. So getting into a state of allowing, do I need to rest? Do I need to lay down? Is there something that's needing to come in? So that's hence get in a state of creativity and channel and express and allow. Embracing the future, because the other thing was we've just had 7/7 yesterday. The 7 is transformation, the butterfly, and the chrysalis, which is what I was talking a lot about in the energy reading from the last month. So how you are getting to that point where you've had enough, I need to get out. That's the point where it breaks through. The chrysalis needs to push against in order for that resistance, in order for it to bloom, to fly. And that is what is happening, you'll see in your life and those around you. I know there's lots of people, even that are not esoteric, that say to me, oh, like, I've just been made redundant, or my job's changing. It was like really sudden and this happened. Or I've just like with the house move and the things that are coming up are, but we're dealing with them, and it's been constant. So that works on the mental fields and on our mental health. If we're in fight or flight, that's not great. So you need to be grounded in heart energy. You need to allow yourself to be expansive and contract if you need to, but not in a contracted, like, oh, tight, holding hand, but open, so that that flow, that newness can come in, because we're opening the hands to letting go, aren't we? Like dark moon energy, before to plant the seeds, you need to till the fields, etc. Doorways, portals. Now you'll get lots of people talk about this in different ways. Some will say, oh, it's evil, it's a made up, it's cosmology, it's nothing to do with astrology, all this numeral 7766. It's what we give meaning to, is what I would say, when it comes to numerology, patterns, magic, however you view it. It is the music of the spheres and the music of the structure of the reality of the 3D world that we live in. And if we're tapping into that, it's a way of doing that. And in which this is portal, start of a portal, it's start of an opening, a door, and a process that we're walking through. Look, she's literally going through the doorway, but the doorway, she could have gone round. She didn't need to go through it. It's there all along. It's not about, well, you have to do it in that time. It's always there. It's just a chance for us to do that. Embrace the future and step into the future with an open heart. This is this open heart energy again coming forward. So, the top of the pack for this one, igniting our courage. Again, that links up with this fire. We need to take courage, to take new steps, new paths, walk this. Even energetically, as we step into the way of being, even for me, it's like, this seems unfamiliar. So sometimes that might feel like a little bit of resistance, and you think, and am I discerning, is this the wrong, or is it just because it's unfamiliar? It's learning to know that, knowing that you're strong, you're valiant, you're courage, and you're courageous. The horse is also movement, shift, and change. The knight in shining armor is things happening to help us, giving us a helping hand. The knight in shining armor lifting us up, expression, mythology there, but that might not come in the way that we think it is. It's not someone suddenly giving you heaps of money and you can do what you want. It might be you losing your job, or you being made redundant. I said that person. So shifts and changes to push us along. It's a helping hand, but it speaks in terms of it being good in where we're heading as a collective as well, because I'm asking this collectively, not just for myself, but for our group and those that view me, but for all of us. And I think for a lot of us that sometimes is a little bit uncertainty.
I am worthy of abundance and blessings. I welcome them with joy.
Oh, well. I like that one. I am wondering. There we go. Hang on, let me see if I can click on that so it does it. Repeat after me. This was a thing I went to do and I didn't actually put up that post actually. I am worthy of abundance and joy and blessings, and I welcome it with joy. It's welcoming things in with joy that may not seem like they are a thing of abundance. And I'm going to split the pack and do this one. And cultivating prosperity. The abundance of the universe is pouring into our life. Now, it may feel like you've not got the abundance in the bank account, but look to where you have it elsewhere. I look in my garden and now I can see the new shoots of the blueberries that are actually coming up in the blueberry plant that I bought before. And I don't know if any of you viewed my little live I did over on Instagram where I opened up a chamomile tea bag and I said, I'm going to try this. Someone said it will work. And I'd given up on hope, and I thought I'd keep the pot and I'll plant something else in it. And now that's coming up. It's actually coming up. And I literally thought, oh, it's not worked. They're not germinating. I'll leave it. But it took time and patience. When it comes to cultivating, when it comes to growing things, we can learn from nature. And a lot of the astrology is certainly pointing to the fact that this is stuff that we need patience for. It takes time and we have to wait for it to grow. And we're not going to sit and watch, come on, grow to the little seed. It's the little plant, planting in the little pot there. It's going to take time and it takes that nurturing, and you can nurture that within you in how that prosperity comes to you in your life. And it might be literally the flowers, the abundance in the garden, looking to nature and noticing that more, and then that allows, oh look, there's like a couple new members that have like signed up or they've donated, and so for me as an example, and think, wow, now I've got more paying members. So, and being grateful for those little things that, like, oh wow, that's like a couple of pounds, and someone, oh, that's not abundance. Yes, it is. It's celebrating those little things. Or that there's a jar of money and there's a couple of pounds there that you can then give the kids to go and get some sweeties. That's the things, like little things like that. And that's how I'm seeing it. So this is this week. So embrace your future. Start to step and move forward. Tentatively, that even if tentatively, stepping into the future, but be open heart. I'm open and receptive to all the wonderful opportunities that are flowing my way. I am worthy of the abundance and blessings that I'm welcoming them with joy. It's seeing, okay, there's this challenging in fact that washing machine might not be working. So whatever's playing out for you, overlining, remembering what Pam Gregory was saying in her astrology report there, for her, how that water element was showing up and how it's sort of mirroring and what I'm focusing on. So as I always remind you at the beginning of the week, what is your focus? This isn't to say, oh, this is going to happen in its this is how can I allow those possibilities, the energy to work for me and work with it and utilize that to help me. So 7/7, the shift, the change, Cancer element, the nurturing. So all of those themes are coming up again in the cards. It's saying movement with the horses. You've got the doorway to a new you. We're shifting and taking courage to make the change and cultivating, tilling our fields of prosperity. Then you've got the fire, the passion, not letting it get the sparks go one way, harnessing our hydroelectric energy of our passions with nature, and that rose energy, that heart energy, that loving energy, again coming through. Nurture, Mother Sophia, high frequencies, be open to expanding. And to finish with some of the Chinese oracle element.